Hola amigos, hola amigas, welcome, bienvenido, croeso y salam, welcome to the channel y'all, Miele Accunova, g'day y'all. So we are back for part 2 of the Hoover Aquamaster, and I have scrubbed the tub and it has come up amazing. There's not a mark on it now. Well, okay, there is one or two, but I can't believe how good it has come up after I cleaned it. It looks simply amazing. I wish more of the Hoover vacuums were made of this type of plastic back in the day, because there would be a lot more of them around today than there are, because this is whatever the plastic compound is used. It's very, very good. It's very, very tough. It's easy to clean, and it's just really nice. Anyway, that's enough of that. So we've got the top done. We have got the tub done. So technically, I can fit this on it now, and tighten it up. I'm going to switch it on. I haven't put a bag in it yet, but that is really impressive. It's really impressive. Suction or airflow, I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. I leave it to the other YouTubers to sort out measuring CFMs and MFEs and 2GGs and blah blah blahs. I don't understand it. But what I can tell you is it sucks good, girl. So now we've got this far. Like I said, I'm not going to be putting this cage back on it, because I'm not ever going to be using it as a wet vacuum. It's going to be dry only. So I wanted to create more space inside for a bag. Now my issue is finding a bag. So I'm going to search for a bag and bring you guys closer and switch it on. Okay, so I've found a bag that fits it really well, and it is this Kirby bag that is big enough, round enough, with a nice big rubber, what do you call it? Rubber thing. God, my mind. That fits on it really well, because inside here there is a plastic clippy thing, and a bag fits into the bottom part and then clips into the top to keep it in place. Now, this is perfect because it goes over. It just doesn't clip into the bottom bit. So what I need to do is just cut on each side a teeny weeny bit. And keep measuring up to make sure that this can fit inside there, that little gap. Almost. I don't want to use a paper bag. Okay, so far so good. It's going on. Hey, we've done it. So I can test it by pulling on the bag. Yeah, and it's staying on. So that should, in theory, work. So there we go. I am now using this big massive Kirby bag, lovely big thick HEPA flow bag. It's covering everything, and there we go. So that's what you have to do. You just have to cut the bottom of it to make sure it fits in, and then clip up the top, and then the top clips on it, and that keeps it into place. Oh, I'm chuffed with that. Okay. Now, let's try it now. Fantastic. Okay, so there we go. We have a bag. Now, the next thing I have to do is the hose. The wheels aren't very, are a bit stiff on it. They don't seem to be, I washed them, but they don't seem very, castery. Oh, hang on, actually, there we go. So we've got one casterish wheel, but we haven't got... So maybe I'll put some grease on them or something, I don't know. Anyway, I'll come back to that later. Right, let me go and sort out the hose. I only have to wash it, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we've done some drastic changes. Because I'm not going to be using this ever as a wet vacuum, I have decided to put a pneumatic hose on him. So I had to file out, as you saw, and I put some glue in there. Now I'm going to put some sealant. I know a lot of you are going, no, but I will find it far more useful if I can use this as a pneumatic. Whoops. Uh-oh, I squirted. Hang on. Oh, that stuff stinks of vinegar. Right, I'm going to put some sealant in here now. There we go. Right, so the other thing that I have to sort out sealy-wise is this form a hole. And then I'm going to fill the hole on the inside with sealant. Okay, so that's that end. Now we have this end. Okay, so I've now made this end into a pneumatic hose. This end will now fit onto the vacuum and twist, and now this end is the hose. So if I just switch it on, I am now able to use all my tools. And now we use this like I would with a pneumatic, so that makes it far more useful for me to use like a pneumatic, basically a Hoover Aquamaster pneumatic. Far more better, much better, not far more better, much better. So I do need to leave these things dry, so I'm going to leave that there for 24 hours so that it will dry nicely. I'll cover this up again so it doesn't dry out. There we go. Right, so unfortunately I'm going to have to leave it now for 24 hours for this to dry. We will try it on and then we'll give it a go on the floor using some pneumatic tools. Okay, so it's been a couple of days now and the sealant and everything has hardened. So I can put this straight onto the machine. There we go. Let's give it a go. There we go, that's better. Now, the reasoning behind me swapping this over to use pneumatic tools is because I have so many pneumatic tools. So for me, it's going to make it far more easier to use as a vacuum. And I'm going to use this hose, which, is it off George? I thought it was off George, maybe not. Oh yeah, it is off George. And I'm going to use this turbo brush that I have. It's a fake pneumatic one. And let's see how it does. Let's just compare that with my Benchy. So there's really not much difference between these. Let's get rid of this. So there's not a huge difference between the two, I have to say. I think I'd need one of these. I think they do a head, which is a turbo head, which is more suitable for lower suction pneumatics. I think. I know that Miele do. I haven't got one, but I know that Miele do. Right, okay, so that's what we're going to be using. And I think by the time you put the hose on it, the wand, and then put it on. Yeah, I don't think there's much difference, to be honest, but we will find out when we use it. Okay, so let me get this cleaned up. Okay, that looks a little bit more presentable now for filming. Right, let's go inside and get filming. So before we move on to the next floor, I didn't find this very good, to be honest. It wasn't very powerful enough to sort of like really feel the benefit of it. I mean, it was okay, but nah. So what I'm going to try now is the Miele Accunova and see how that goes. So this unfortunately doesn't quite fit in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a hack and see how it performs. There we go. Right, let's carry on. Okay, so here we are back in the workshop after that demo. So first of all, let's take a look at the Accunova. The battery run out literally just as I was finishing that off, so it's a bit gutted, but it definitely worked better using the Miele head than using the air turbo head. There just wasn't enough airflow. So even though it has good suction, it didn't appear to have a good airflow enough to really get the air turbine going really well. So unfortunately that wasn't very good, because the moment you put it down on the carpet and you started vacuuming, the brushes practically didn't move. Whereas using this did do a really good job. But it does need recharging. The batteries have gone dead. So love it. I'm going to be using this a lot in many videos, so keep an eye out for the Miele Accunova, because I'm going to be using it a lot with canisters. So what issues did I have with this? Using the new hose definitely was easier and better, but the wheels on it were really stiff. I mean, it was really, they are really stiff. Even though I have lubricated them, they are really stiff. So it did tend to fall over once or twice because of that. Let's put that on. Let's take the top off. And there we go. The bag still stayed inside, so that is really good. There is no leakage of dust, so it is a nice seal on there. So that worked really well. So we've removed this and we've removed this. We've also removed what was the dust bag originally, basically a bagless kind of setup. And keep all them safe and keep them somewhere. We have desuppressed it so it'll never explode, but yeah, it was easy to cut off, so I just did it while I was there. So goodbye to the suppressor. Motor on it was really good. I really enjoyed using it, but I just found it a bit kind of clunky to use. But like I said, I like it. I'm glad it's all fixed up now. And we'll put that back. Like I said, using that hose now is much better, using the pneumatic hose. Means I can use more of the tools, the pneumatic tools. Now I brought out this simply because I'm going to do a house video demo with this. This is my lovely Vax, and I know that lots of you have been asking me to carry on doing another Vax video, which I will be doing. So that's got a HEPA flow bag that just about fits onto it. But the casters on this, see how nice they are to move, whereas they're not with the other one. That's got that foam filter. Okay, let's put this back on. Right. So in my next video, I'm going to be using this, and again I'm going to be using the Miele Accunova. So I just wanted you guys to see this because I know lots of you really do love the Vax. This is the Vax 2000. So there we go, that is about it. Cleaned up, fixed up, demonstrated, and ready to be used again. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye y'all.